Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the amazing hidden treasures in your pocket change and coin collections. In today's video, we are going to dive deep into the incredible story, detailed history, and unbelievable current value of the rare and retired 1959 D Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. Believe it or not, this specific coin has been discovered with a jaw-dropping market value of $73,289. That's right, $73,000 for just a 5-cent nickel. Let's find out how this coin became so valuable, how you can identify one, and what makes it so sought after in the world of numismatics. The 1959 D Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver, Colorado, and carries the signature D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, located to the right of Monticello, just under the steps of Thomas Jefferson's iconic home. This mint mark tells collectors that the coin came from the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities for U.S. coinage. In 1959, over 160 million of these nickels were produced at the Denver Mint. However, only a small number of these coins were struck with perfect dies and preserved in pristine condition, making them extremely rare and valuable today. Now let's talk about the design of the 1959 D Jefferson nickel. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, designed by artist Felix Schlag. The words "In God We Trust" appear along the left rim, with liberty and the year 1959 inscribed on the right. A small star separates the word liberty and the date. On the reverse, you'll see the image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. Above the building are the words E Pluribus Unum, and below it reads Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The D mint mark appears just to the right of Monticello. What makes the 1959 D nickel particularly valuable today is not just its age or the design, but the condition, rarity, and unique errors that may appear on certain specimens. Coins that have been kept in uncirculated condition, meaning they were never used in everyday transactions and show no signs of wear, can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. But the ones that are valued over $70,000 often have additional features that make them especially desirable to collectors. Some of these valuable coins include those with full steps on Monticello. Full steps mean that all 5 or 6 steps on the base of the building are clearly visible and sharply struck, with no blurring or flattening due to die wear. Only a small percentage of 1959 D nickels exhibit this quality, making them a key target for advanced collectors. If a 1959 D nickel shows full steps and is graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC at a high level, such as Mint State 67 or higher, its value can skyrocket. There have also been rare varieties and mint errors discovered on 1959 D nickels, including off-center strikes, double dies, and improperly annealed planchets. These types of errors occur during the minting process and can increase a coin's value dramatically. A 1959 D nickel with a major error in pristine condition can sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Now let's discuss one of the most incredible sales of a 1959 D Jefferson nickel. At a major coin auction, a collector paid $73,289 for a near-perfect specimen of this coin. It had full steps, was graded Mint State 67 by PCGS, and showed no contact marks, discoloration, or surface imperfections. It was a textbook example of how a common coin can become a six-figure treasure if preserved correctly and graded professionally. So, how can you find a valuable 1959 D nickel? First, search your coin jars, piggy banks, and old rolls of nickels. Look for the year 1959 and check for the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. Examine the steps of Monticello with a magnifying glass or coin loop to determine if they are clearly visible and unbroken. Coins that are worn, scratched, or discolored are usually worth face value or a small premium. But if your coin is in brilliant, uncirculated condition and shows strong details, it might be worth sending to a coin grading service for evaluation. Preservation is also key. If you believe you've found a high-quality 1959 D nickel, avoid touching it with your fingers. Use cotton gloves and place the coin in a protective holder or a plastic flip to keep it safe from moisture, oils, and scratches. Do not try to clean the coin, as cleaning can damage the surface and dramatically reduce its value. Many people overlook the value of old nickels, assuming that because they are not made of silver, they are worthless. But the 1959 D-nickel proves that even post-silver era coins can be worth a fortune if they meet the right conditions. It's all about rarity, grade, strike quality, and collector demand. If you enjoy collecting coins or are just starting out, the 1959 D Jefferson nickel is a great coin to look for and research further. Whether you're checking your pocket change or searching through coin rolls from the bank, keep an eye out for this amazing piece of American history. To recap, the 1959 D Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel is not just a simple coin. It's a historical artifact, a rare collectible, and in some cases, an investment worth over $73,000. Its beauty, historical significance, and potential for high value make it one of the most exciting coins from the mid-20th century. Who would have thought that a nickel minted over 60 years ago could be worth more than a luxury car today? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more amazing coin stories, values, and tips. Let us know in the comments if you have a 1959 D nickel in your collection or if you've ever found a rare coin worth big money. Until next time, happy collecting and may your change always bring you treasure. Welcome back, coin lovers, collectors, and rare money hunters. In today's incredible and informative video, we're diving deep into the remarkable history, value, and numismatic details of the 1991 P Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin that has stunned collectors worldwide with its jaw-dropping current market value of $78,900. Yes, you heard that correctly. A coin once worth just 5 cents is now one of the most talked about nickel coins in the entire United States rare coin collecting community. Sit tight, because this video will walk you through every detail of why this particular coin is so special, what makes it incredibly valuable, and how you might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Let's begin by stepping back into the early 1990s. The year 1991 was a transitional period in U.S. coinage. The United States Mint was focused on maintaining the Jefferson nickel design, which had been in circulation since 1938. This design was introduced to honor the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, and his home at Monticello. The obverse of the Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, while the reverse displays the famous Monticello building. The 1991 Jefferson nickel with AP Mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most active and high-volume production facilities for circulating coinage in the United States. That year, the Mint produced a substantial quantity of nickels, with millions entering daily transactions across America. However, out of the enormous number of coins minted, only a tiny fraction has gained significant attention due to errors, die varieties, or remarkable minting quality that caused collectors and grading experts to look twice. So, what sets the 1991 P Jefferson nickel apart and elevates its value to nearly $80,000? Let's uncover the secrets. First, the value of any coin is determined by several key factors, including its condition, rarity, demand among collectors, errors, and historical relevance. In the case of this 1991 P nickel, it all begins with a rare minting error known as an off-center strike combined with full steps detail on the Monticello building. This means that during the striking process, the coin was not properly aligned within the press, causing the image and design to shift significantly from the center. In some rare examples, the coin is off-center by as much as 30 to 50%, while still retaining sharp details. What further enhances the value is the full steps designation. For Jefferson nickels, having a clear, uninterrupted set of steps on the Monticello reverse is a significant quality marker. Most nickels, even in mint state, lack this detail due to weak strikes. But when a 1991 P nickel has full steps and is graded by a top-tier certification agency like PCGS or NGC and MS 66 or higher, the value skyrockets. Collectors prize these coins not only because of their condition and errors, but because of how exceptionally rare it is to find a coin in circulation that has survived over 3 decades without wear. There are only a handful of known examples of the 1991p nickel with these combined features, making them extraordinarily rare. Let's now talk about the current market value and auction history. According to expert numismatists and recent auction data, a 1991p Jefferson nickel with an off-center strike, full steps designation, and in mint state 67 condition recently sold for a whopping $78,900 in a high-profile online auction. The demand was intense, with several collectors and investors competing fiercely to acquire this elusive piece. What's even more exciting is that experts believe additional examples might still be hiding in old coin jars, bank rolls, or forgotten collections sitting in drawers or boxes across the country. You may be wondering how to identify whether your 1991p nickel is valuable. First, check for the mint mark P located just to the right of Jefferson's ponytail on the obverse side. Then examine the Monticello building on the reverse. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to look at the steps. If you can clearly count all 5 or 6 steps without interruption, you may have a full steps coin. If the coin appears off-center or has any visible striking errors, it could be worth a professional evaluation. The next step is grading. The highest value is achieved when a coin is authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. PCGS and NGC are the two most reputable organizations in the world of numismatics. Sending your coin to be graded will not only confirm its authenticity, but also provide a standardized condition rating that can massively increase its resale value. Now, let's break down the types of errors and features that make the 1991p nickel valuable. We're talking about off-center strikes, double die obverse errors, die cracks, clipped planchets, and most importantly, the presence of full steps. Each of these features adds another layer of rarity and collectability. Coins with combinations of these traits are extremely rare and command massive premiums at auctions. It's important to also recognize that even coins without dramatic errors, but that are in pristine mint state condition, can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on demand and current market trends. The Jefferson Nickel series has always been popular among collectors, especially those who enjoy assembling full-step registry sets. So, how do you sell a rare 1991p Jefferson nickel if you believe you have one? Start by doing thorough research. Compare your coin to verified high-value examples online. Take high-resolution photographs and consult with experts through online numismatic forums or local coin dealers. Then, consider submitting the coin for grading. Once graded, you can list your coin for sale on trusted auction platforms such as Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or Stacksbowers. You can also consider eBay, but remember, coins of this caliber do best in professional auctions where serious collectors gather. Let's summarize everything you've learned. The 1991p mint mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel is a modern-era coin with a hidden treasure potential. Its value, currently topping $78,900, is driven by rare minting errors, superb condition, full steps designation, and low population at high grades. If you are a collector, a casual coin saver, or even someone who inherited an old coin collection, it's worth taking a closer look at your nickels from 1991. You might just hold one of the rarest nickels ever produced in the last 35 years. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more in-depth coin history, rare finds, and market value updates, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Share this video with friends, family, and fellow collectors. You never know whose pocket change could turn into a 5-figure payday. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and always check your change. You might be just one coin away from discovering a small fortune. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the amazing stories and hidden fortunes behind rare coins. Today's episode is going to take you deep into the history of a coin that many people still overlook even today, the 1980D mint mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. While millions of these coins were made, one specific variety has shocked collectors and numismatists with its staggering market value of $92,287. That's right, this is not a mistake. We're talking about a nickel that could make you rich if you know what to look for. So stay with us till the end, because we're about to break down every detail of how this coin came to be, what makes it rare, and why collectors are willing to pay thousands for it. Let's begin by understanding the origin of this coin. The 1980 Jefferson nickel was part of a long-running series that began back in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. This 5-cent coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor whose design was chosen in a national contest. On the reverse side, we see Jefferson's historic Monticello home, a famous neoclassical architectural structure located in Virginia. This design remained consistent for decades, making even the smallest variations extremely noticeable to seasoned collectors. The 1980 D nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, which is signified by the D mint mark just to the right of Monticello on the reverse side of the coin. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of nickels that year, approximately 491 million coins, making it one of the more common issues at first glance. However, what sets certain 1980 D nickels apart from the rest are specific minting errors, high-grade conditions, and unique varieties that occurred during the production process. One of the biggest reasons behind the staggering $92,287 valuation of this coin is its condition and rarity in top grades. Most circulated 1980 D nickels have wear and tear, scratches, and signs of heavy use. But a coin that has been preserved in almost perfect condition, specifically those graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, are nearly impossible to find. Only a few examples have survived in such pristine condition, which drives up the value dramatically among collectors who specialize in building top-grade registry sets. But that's not the only reason this coin is valuable. There are also known varieties and minting errors associated with the 1980 D nickel that make them highly collectible. For example, some nickels from this year feature off-center strikes, full steps on Monticello, a designation referring to the visible architectural steps under magnification, or even die cracks and double die errors. These details can often only be noticed under close inspection or with a jeweler's loupe, and they can add hundreds or even thousands of dollars to a coin's value depending on rarity and demand. Now you might be wondering, what exactly are full steps? And why are they important? The full steps designation refers to the lines at the base of Monticello on the reverse of the coin. In most nickels, these steps appear worn or blurred due to weak strikes. But when you find a coin that has all 5 or 6 steps fully visible and separated, especially in mint state condition, it becomes significantly more valuable. Coins with 5 or 6 full steps in MS67 condition or better are incredibly rare from the 1980 D issue, and that's a major reason why some of them have fetched upwards of $90,000 at auction. Let's also consider the historical context. The 1980s were a transitional time for coin minting in the United States. The U.S. Mint was dealing with rising costs of raw materials, especially nickel and copper, and increasing demand from collectors. This led to shifts in production methods, changes in quality control, and occasional inconsistencies in strike pressure, die polishing, and planchet preparation. All of these factors contributed to the creation of error coins and high-grade rarities, some of which have only recently come to light. There's also the collector market demand to think about. Coin collectors are always hunting for examples that can fill rare gaps in their sets. When a certain year and mint mark combination becomes difficult to find in a particular condition, collectors will bid aggressively to secure it. And in the case of the 1980 D nickel with full steps in MS67 or higher, competition is fierce. Auction records have shown jaw-dropping results, with top-quality examples crossing the $90,000 mark, shocking even seasoned dealers and investors. If you happen to come across a 1980 D nickel in your pocket change or an old collection, it's worth taking a closer look. Examine the coin carefully under good lighting or with magnification. Check for strong strike details, especially on the steps of Monticello. Look for any oddities like doubling, off-center alignment, or die cracks. If your coin appears to be in uncirculated condition with no scratches or wear, it may be worth getting it graded by a professional third-party grading service. Let's talk briefly about grading. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition and assigning it a numerical grade on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. An MS or mint state grade in the high 60s indicates a coin that has never been circulated and has no visible wear. Coins graded MS 67 or MS 68 are considered ultra gems, and only a handful of 1980D nickels have achieved such high grades with full steps designation. One more reason why this coin's value is so incredible is due to auction rarity. Even though the Denver Mint struck nearly 500 million nickels that year, only a tiny fraction have survived in perfect condition with special features. This rarity creates a supply and demand imbalance, and when one of these coins appears at auction, the bidding can get intense. In some cases, collectors will pay more for a rare, high-grade nickel than for some gold coins of the same era. So, what does this mean for you? If you have access to old coin rolls, inherited collections, or enjoy hunting through pocket change, the 1980D nickel should absolutely be on your radar. Even if you don't find the exact $92,287 example, a high-grade or era variety can still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Always keep an eye out and do your research. It could pay off big time. In summary, the 1980D Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel is more than just small change. With its deep historical background, the legacy of the Jefferson series, rare varieties, minting errors, and ultra-high-grade survivors, this coin has earned a well-deserved place among America's most valuable nickels. Its highest known market value stands proudly at $92,287, a stunning reminder of how much hidden treasure could be waiting in plain sight. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this video with fellow collectors and coin enthusiasts, and let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a 1980D nickel. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows, the next coin you find might just change your life. Welcome back to another exciting episode where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins that could be sitting right in your pocket change. Today, we're focusing on a coin that most people overlook, the 2000p Mint Mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. This isn't just any ordinary coin. Believe it or not, one of these coins has sold for an astonishing $40,894. That's right, over $40,000 for a single nickel. So how can a coin minted in the year 2000 be worth so much money today? Stay with us as we uncover its amazing history, what makes it so special, and how you can find out if you have one of these treasures hidden away. Let's begin with the history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and has featured the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse side ever since. The reverse side showcases his home, Monticello, a symbol of Jefferson's legacy and architectural style. While the design remained relatively unchanged for decades, slight modifications and minting differences over the years have made certain versions incredibly valuable to collectors. In the year 2000, the United States Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels. The Philadelphia Mint, identified by the letter P just to the right of Jefferson's bust on the obverse side, was one of the main facilities striking these coins. In total, over 670 million Jefferson nickels were minted in Philadelphia that year. With a number that large, it might seem impossible for any one coin to be worth much, let alone tens of thousands of dollars. But that's where coin grading, minting errors, and coin condition come into play. Now let's talk about what separates an ordinary 2000p nickel from the rare and valuable ones. The most sought-after versions of the 2000p Jefferson 5-cent coin are those with unique minting errors or extremely high grades from professional coin grading services. A coin in poor or circulated condition might only be worth its face value 5 cents, but a flawless coin, one graded as MS68 or higher, can fetch staggering amounts at auctions. Minting errors are another major factor that drive the value of these coins through the roof. These include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and full steps on Monticello. The full steps variety refers to the steps on the Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin being completely struck and clearly visible. Coins with 5 or 6 sharply defined steps are especially valuable. When a 2000p nickel exhibits a rare error and is preserved in near-perfect condition, collectors are willing to pay huge premiums to own it. Point 1 such coin, graded at a very high level and exhibiting exceptional strike quality and luster, was sold at a major coin auction for an incredible $40,894. This sale shook the numismatic world and brought attention to Jefferson nickels as a serious area for rare coin collectors and investors. That's how a seemingly ordinary coin, just 5 cents, became worth more than a brand new car or even a down payment on a home. If you're wondering how you can tell whether your 2000p nickel is valuable, here's what to look for. First, examine the coin carefully under a magnifying glass. Look for any abnormalities like double lettering, misaligned prints, or missing design elements. Next, check the reverse side of the coin. If the steps on Monticello are sharp and uninterrupted, you may have a full steps variety, which is significantly more valuable. Finally, consider the overall condition of the coin. Is it shiny, free of scratches or wear, and does it retain its original mint luster? If so, it may be worth having it professionally graded. Submitting your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC can confirm its authenticity, assign a condition grade, and potentially skyrocket its market value. Coin collectors and dealers alike rely on these certifications to ensure they're making a smart investment. A certified MS67 or MS68 2000p nickel with full steps could fetch thousands, and the rare few with additional striking errors or unique features could be among the most valuable of their kind. So, how can you sell a 2000p Jefferson nickel if you think you have a valuable one? Start by taking clear, high-resolution photos of both sides of the coin. Reach out to reputable coin dealers or auction houses that specialize in rare U.S. coinage. Avoid pawn shops or casual online marketplaces unless you've already had your coin graded. For maximum value, consider listing it at a major coin auction, where bidding wars can often drive the price far beyond initial estimates. Let's recap. The 2000p Jefferson 5-cent nickel may look like any other coin in your change jar, but certain examples with rare minting errors, pristine condition, or full-step detail can be worth a fortune. The highest recorded sale reached an amazing $40,894, proving that modern coins, even those made in recent decades, can still turn into gold mines for those who know what to look for. So before you spend that nickel or toss it into a drawer, take a moment to inspect it. Who knows? You could be holding a 5-cent piece worth more than your paycheck. Keep checking your change, learn the signs of valuable coins, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into rare coin discoveries that could change your life. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay observant, and keep collecting.